Hi everyone, welcome to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. I hope you're all okay. Now today we're going to be making some Christmas decorations. These are handmade Christmas decorations which gives Christmas that extra special homemade touch. Now they've got kind of a vintage feel which I absolutely love, and again you can adapt them, do different bits and add bits of bobs and make them personalised really to what you want. Now the three that we're going to make, I'm just going to show you them now. We're going to make a heart one. Now we will be using some book pages. So I found an old book that I was able to use. We've got this vintage looking heart here. You can see I'll be showing you how to make that one. We also have this bauble here that we'll be making, and slight twist on the previous bauble, we have this one as well. So stick around, I'm going to show you how to make all three in this video, and hopefully I'll inspire you to make a homemade Christmas. Right, so first of all we're going to make the heart decoration here. So cute. So what we've got is we've got 6 strips. Now the sizes are in centimetres, so we've got 22, 20, 18, 16, 14 and 12. So going down just in 2 centimetres each time. And what I've done is I found an old book. The spine was really broken and the sides were really tatty. So if you can find an old book, that's fantastic. And also, let me pop your specs on. Also, mine's a Christmas one, which is even better. Okay, so all I did for these is cut these out using the paper trimmer, and they are 1.5 centimetres wide. So obviously I'm not going to cut them all because that's self-explanatory, but I'm just going to show you with one sheet what I did. So this part of the book, I didn't count for that in my measurements. So when I started cutting, I just literally ran that along here and just took that off to start with. And then I started my 1.5 centimetres from that. Obviously, when you're doing them shorter, you need to sort of cut them down so they will be shorter. So that's what I did, and just cut those. One sheet of paper was absolutely fine for those. So once you've got your strips, what you need to do is to fold them in half. So it's just literally a case of getting them and folding them all like this. Right, now what we need to do is to get the biggest one, and we're going to pop them inside in size order, just like this. And obviously you can make these any size you want, just as long as you make sure that you go down in size. And then what we're going to do is to add some ribbon. Now I've got a piece of just out of my scraps really. This is 18 centimetres long. You can use trim ribbon, you can coffee stain some ribbon, you can use beads, anything that you can sort of staple in. Because what we're going to do is get our bits that we put together like that, and we're going to fold them the other way, so the shorter part is on the outside. Then get a stapler and fold the ribbon or trim in half. Then we're going to put that in the middle here and fold it up. So this is in the centre there. And next we're going to get a stapler, and we're going to put a couple of staples in this bit. So I'll probably do 2 just to hold it in. Then we're going to turn this way, and the small one we're going to gather together, and then the next one, and just bring them so they come down and they meet the same one of the same size. And meanwhile just hold them still with your fingers so they all meet in the same place. There we go. And once you've done that, it will look something like that. And then what we're going to do is get our stapler again and just staple the bottom so it's all together. Right, so now we've done that, we're going to decorate it. I've just got some bits and pieces from a set that I bought a while ago. As you can see here, I've just put some greenery and bits and bobs on. So even maybe some of these berries we could chop a little bit off and stick some of those on. But it's just really having a look and seeing what you've got, and just gluing some bits onto the front. I've got here a leaf that I bought from Wild Orchid Crafts ages ago, so I'll just cut the stem off. I can use that, and then maybe one of these we can stick on just to do the same. So I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue on there, and I just think these give it a really nice kind of vintage Christmassy look. Stick that on the top. But again, you can decorate them however you want, just to, you know, to match your decor really. The lead for my hot glue gun isn't very long, so let's stick that down there, and that will just hold in place. And there we go. So literally they are as simple as that. So that is the first decoration, the hanging heart. Right, so I'm going to show you how to make this one now. So I love this. It's a real like vintagey feel to this one. I think it's really, really pretty. So what we're going to do is first of all cut out the circles. So get yourself 5 sheets of paper or book pages, fold it in half, and I'm just going to draw around one of these tape rolls, because that's around about the size that I need. So draw around the middle like that, and then just cut this out. So obviously when we cut this out, we're going to have 10 circles because we've folded the paper over, and this just makes the cutting out a little bit quicker. And there we go. Now we need to fold them over, so get them and just literally fold them. Now I like to keep the text running the same way when you fold them, so they all stay exactly as they should. Right, now what we're going to do is to stick these together, and I've just got a glue stick. I'm using a Pritt stick. So one half we're going to stick to the other half, just like this. So keep all of your text the same way. I mean, you don't have to, but I just think it looks nicer on the finished bauble. And we're just going to stick them together, just like that. So don't stick those when you put one on, just stick it onto the one that you've done before. So the edge of the one. So that one sticks onto this one. And then this next one sticks onto this one. Can you see? So we'll do 5 to start with. And then when we've done 5, we'll get a little piece of string and just measure from the bottom up, go up a little bit and just come back down. Snip that off. Then just pop some glue in that middle bit there. Get your string and pop that there. If you want to, you can tie a little loop on that section, just make that into a little knot. That's what I did on mine. And once that starts to grab, we're going to carry on sticking these bits down. We're just going to do exactly the same. So glue that down and carry on. And what we're doing is putting this inside. That one. Just cover it over like that. And then once the last one goes on, we need to put enough glue on to stick it to the other side. So that will stick to both. So So then what you've got is these little sections. Now with mine, I actually put some distressed ink around the edge. So I just think that looks nice. I just think it makes it look a little bit vintage. So let me just do that to this one as well. So I'm using tea dye on mine, and all I did is literally just go around the edge like that. Again, you can use any colours that you want, and I just went round the edge of all of them, just sort of flipped it like that and just went round them all. Yeah, so they're all done. And what we will do next is just decorate the top. Now I've just got some bows here. These are ready-made bows. They've actually got a little sticky tab on, but to be honest, that's not really any good to me. So I thought a little bow. I just wanted the colour, and some of these flowers that were from Wild Orchid Crafts. I mean, and I'm talking years ago, but sometimes like Poundland and places like that sell these little cheap flowers. I'm not sure they'll have any in at the moment, but have a look about, because sometimes like shops sell little bits like this, or you can look online for just like little paper flowers. You can also make them yourself as well. So I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of hot glue on the back of the bow and stick that on the top. And all I did is put the flower in the middle of the bow, so I just thought that looked quite nice, you know, in the middle bit. So I'll just put a bit of hot glue on that as well. Stick that in the middle. It's really simple, but I think it looks quite pretty just like that. So that is the next bauble, and now I'm going to show you how to make this one. Very similar, but a little bit more glue. Right, so we're going to start on the next one now. We've got 24 circles for this one. So what we need to do is exactly the same as before. We need to fold them all in half. So they're all done, and what I've done is I've separated them into 12 in each pile, so 2 piles of 12. What we're going to do now is to get some glue, and we're going to put a line of glue through the middle of each of the pieces of paper. And then we're going to stick the other piece onto it. So just do that. We're doing it in 2 halves. That's why we've separated them over. So then get the next one, put a bit of glue over like that. Get this one and stick it over the top. And we're just going to keep doing that. Try and go on the same glue mark if you can, and try not to use too much glue, so don't cake it everywhere. Oh, I stuck that one upside down. Hang on. Let's stick that. Let's do this way, because I'd like all the text to run the same way. I just think it looks nicer. So I'm going to do all that for this one, and then I'm going to do the same for the other pile. Right, once you've done that, what we need to do is, let me show you on one of them, because obviously we're working on 2 halves. So the bit that's open, as you can see, if you go through it, you've got bits that are open. We need to stick those 2 down, but we're going to, rather than go through the middle, we're going to put some strips of glue, like one there, one there. Okay, so the middle bit will be connected on this one, and these bits will be connected on this section. So if you can, go as thin as you can with the glue. Now, this is not really the best glue dispenser because it comes out a little bit thick, but I'm going to run with it for the sake of this video anyway. So you go like that, and then you stick that to it. And then the next section, and then you carry on all the way through the bits that are open, putting glue one side, other side, and stick together. So I'm going to do that for this one, do that for the other half, and then we've got to let them dry again. Once they're dried, you should be able to just pull them apart like this. You might need to give a few of them a bit of a helping hand, but they should come away pretty easily. So obviously we've got 2 and they're not really held on by anything on this section. So we're going to put some glue on there when we put our piece of string to hang it on. Now I just literally used some of this twine here. So do exactly the same thing. Kind of you want to measure twice and then a little bit extra for hanging. So just do that. I'll do for this one what I did for the other one. So fold it over like that and sort of measure up to there. Probably got a little bit too much. I'm probably going to go to there. Do a little knot. And then I'll probably cut a bit off because I've probably got a little bit too much. So measure that from there. I'll just snip this extra bit off at the bottom. And then with our glue, we're going to put a good splodging in this middle section because this will help keep all of these middle bits in place. And then put that on there and make sure that knot's like just above the top there. Okay, and we'll leave that for 1 second. Do the same for this side. Again, this will hold all of our pages together. And we'll stick these sections together as well. So just sort of hold those together. And then we're just going to stick these 2 together with one little line just to hold them in place. And we'll do the same on the other side as well. And then all you need to do when they're kind of stuck together is just stick this section. All I'm going to do for this one is just a piece of glue through the middle and just stick it to the other side, and we need to sort of hold that. So don't scrimp on your glue drying times because it won't stick together properly. So there it is so far. So I'm going to leave that to dry again, just hold it shut, and I'll be back with you. Now that's all dried, we are going to distress the sides the same as we did the other one. I think they look really nice when they've got a little bit, you know, a little bit of different colours really around the edge. So just take a second, but you just have to go all the way around. I mean, obviously, if you wanted to do this before, you could do this before you made them up. Just, you know, it's completely up to you. Right, so now we're going to put some decorations on the top. And I've just got my little tub here with a few bits in. I'm going to put that on and maybe cut a bit of this off. I'm going to do it the same as the other one. So just cut that off there, and berries I think would be nice. So what I'm going to do is get the glue gun, splodge some glue on, and we're just going to stick these bits on. The glue gun is just out of shot here. I'm just sticking that on. Hold on there, just balance till it's dried. It should grab pretty quickly, and the berries as well. Just stick those on there. So that is our decoration. So we've made 3 Christmas decorations here today. Nice and easy to do, and hopefully I've inspired you to have a go as well. So if you haven't already subscribed, then please do, and if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up as well. If you're new to the channel, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being with me. But that's it from me. I hope you're keeping safe and well. Have a great Christmas, and I'll see you again soon. You take care. Bye for now.